Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm here to do a quick practice round. I'm mostly just going to be practice throwing drives off the tee. I've got a tournament this Saturday where I'm going to be limited to just 3 discs from MVP, Axiom, and Streamline. It's a MVP Circuit Challenge, and I need to get used to throwing Flippy Fairway drivers like the MVP Relay. This is 160 grams. We're gonna give this a shot. We're gonna try different discs. But yeah, I'm just gonna work on my form. Ouch. Okay. Nice and slow. I'm not scoring this. I'm literally just throwing. Here's a Star Leopard. Trying to throw them straight in the fairway. My S blend Centurion. Gonna try my Leopard. Another Centurion. And last but not least, my DGA Vortex. All right, so I gathered all my discs. I'm now here where my Leopard landed, and I'm about 200 out, so I'm going to try some upshots of sorts. Stand still to the basket. All right. Interesting. All right, so 4 of those were inside the circle, 2 were about bullseye, and 2 were just outside the circle. All right, now I'm going to try to throw straight and see if I can get these to pull to the right. That didn't flip up. That's my least stable driver that I have here, outside of maybe the Vortex, so I need to use less hyzer, try to throw these flat. There we go, that's what I wanted. I actually decided at this tee pad I'm going to look at my discs to see if I've got the right angle before I throw. Maybe that'll help me to at least get the angle right, even if I don't get the release right in terms of timing. I like that. I didn't put a lot on it, but that is what I wanted. I would have liked to also moved it up a tiny bit, maybe a degree up. That is my best throw yet. All right, now to test the -3 turn. Oh yeah, I released it just like that, I think. So that's perfect. All right, so I did my best with the Leopard and Metal Flake Centurion. They were about 230 feet that direction. I collect all my discs and I've rolled back to where this Leopard 3 was, the farthest back. because just to be clear, I'm trying to practice the 200 to 250 foot throwing range. I'm not so much interested in upshots with these. So now let me arrange these in the order I want to throw these. Sort of by stability, but whatever. All right, the basket is obstructed, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't quite do that right. You know what? Shut my mouth. That's parked. Maybe there is a difference between what I think I need to do and what my body does, and maybe sometimes my body knows better. That's probably about 20 out. And I'm trying to not round. I sort of put myself in a position where I got used to doing that when I throw. And so that's what causes me rounding. So I'm trying to hold this out a little bit and pull in this way. Trying. Not sure if I'm actually doing. Ooh, yeah, too high. And I think kind of flat. So obviously that's gonna hyzer out. The other two were the right idea. I was going lower and actually pointing towards the basket. Oh, I didn't do that right. That one, I whipped it like that. And I was supposed to do that. So let me try again. Focus, Nick. It's a lot closer to what I wanted. All right. This one, yeah, I like that. Parked. So yeah, you can see where I'm at here. There's a couple parked right next to the basket, the relay, and the Vortex. Centurion's about 20 out. These were really shanks on my part. I didn't throw them right. All right, and so to be clear, my goal here isn't even to practice putting or short range up shots. I'm just trying to dial in the throws. And my goal is to throw between 200 and 250 feet with these in sort of an accurate manner. There's a bio over that way, so I don't want to throw it with anhyzer or even flat at this point. The basket's that way, so I want to throw these with hyzer. I actually kind of lost balance, so I threw that high, unfortunately. Really good throw, but I wasn't happy with my form there. One of the things I'm trying to do is eliminate the issue where I throw like this. So that's why I'm trying to look down here, get the elbow engaged. I've got something in my eye, but I can't get it out. I've been fighting with it for an hour now. That was really good. This is literally just a practice round, but it's taking place on an empty disc golf course. There's no one here. If there was here, coming to this tee pad, I would get out of the way for them. Oh, I did that wrong. All right, that could be a lost disc. There we go. I was supposed to do more hyzer, but I overcompensated with that one. That one's in the middle of two's fairway. Throw this slide hyzer. There we go. That's perfect. That's what I wanted. Time to retrieve some discs. All right, so the good news is no lost discs. This was at circle's edge. This was just outside the circle, a little bit farther back. These are all fairly decent. This one, if I remember correctly, was the one that went out in the fairway. The other one, anyways, and oh, this one here was the one that went out towards the bayou. It was just on the slope, no big deal. So I'm going to rearrange these in the order I want to throw them. Just so you know, I do have a review that I'm going to do of this DGA Vortex, so stay tuned for that. One of the reasons I'm throwing this in all my practice rounds, many of which not put out in video. But anyways, so now I pulled myself back. All of my landings were up ahead. So I pulled myself back to about I think I'm just under 200 feet, but this is good enough. And I want to practice slower up shots. I would normally throw a mid-range here. But I'm trying to focus on finesse. One of the amazing things that I've learned about throwing over the last 4 years now is even if I try to do the exact same thing over and over again, there's wild variance in what my body will actually do. And that's just something you can't eliminate in disc golf. So it's been a challenge for me to come to terms with that. Even when I'm trying to make slight adjustments, oh, I'm going to do slight anhyzer and it ends up like that. I'm going to do slight hyzer and it ends up like that. Or I think I'm going to throw hyzer and then I end up releasing anhyzer, all those kind of things. It's fascinating. But anyways, there we go. I like that one. That's also within the circle. Again, I'm not trying to do anything other than get close and learn how to throw more finesse shots. So far, I like what I'm doing, and I like the sort of practice bit. I'm doing some people call it a pump fake, like Christine Jennings calls it a pump fake. I've heard most recently on the Overthrow disc golf powwow they had, but I've heard it before as one or both. Just focus, take my time. So far, everything I've got is within the circle, which means I've just jinxed myself for this, but let's not try to manifest something, right? Right, Mike? There we go. So I'm just trying to stick to my routine. That's also bullseye. And this to me is the most interesting one because of its, you know, flight numbers. And I do have to say, this is closer to a -3 than any of the discs that I've thrown. So, good work, DGA. Well, I have to say, all these are great. So far, this DGA Vortex is the least stable or the most understable of these discs. But even this is like, you know, I don't even know if I can make that. Nope, can't. But these are all close, 20 feet of the basket. And those are even closer. I was actually going to bring 5 mids that are all in the sort of Mako 3 territory, you know, Axiom Hex, things of that nature, and throw these 5 drivers and essentially do a round where I spend a lot of time throwing with these and then throwing with the mid-ranges. But I think I'm going to make the mid-ranges on another day, probably tomorrow. And I'm going to keep focusing on drives with this, and we're going to see how it goes. So this is a pump. The way I throw these, my goal is not to actually reach 300 and however many feet it is to the basket. These are supposed to be throws that go that way. So let's see how close I can make it. This is supposedly the least stable of these, maybe notwithstanding the DGA Vortex. So I should try to release it like that. Maybe it'll flip up a little bit and not go too far with the amount of speed that I'm putting on. I'm putting like 200, 205, 240 feet of distance power. I'm very happy with that throw. Straight ahead. Now I would have liked it to gone a little bit more that way, but I mean, I know where it's at. I'm going to try to get this as close to that as possible. Maybe a tiny bit more hyzer. Man, so I'm learning that that angle really is the straight angle. That variance that I'm putting on it. And you guys can see it better than I can. One of the things I'm trying to work in not doing this is a lot of times when I put this disc up here and I throw, I'm doing this, and this introduces wobble onto the disc. So I'm trying to bring it out here more and then use my wrist, my elbow more. A lot of wrist action on that one, but I mean, generally speaking, that's one I can be happy with. I wanted to go that way, released a little late, a little higher with hyzer, and it hyzered out. You know, the funny thing about hyzer is technically a release angle, but everyone uses hyzered out as short for fading. I think fade is probably shorter for fade than hyzer out, but whatever. Don't ask me. Man, I'm just throwing straight. Straight. All my discs are going to be next to that tree. You know, that's something you can calculate for. If you're doing this, maybe just do that straight line and do that. Okay, we'll do that. I'm gonna actually aim at the basket, not aim that way and have it do that. Oh man, I released that late. That was nothing but tree love. That's literally the best of all those throws, and I got it by hitting 2 trees. All right, Katrina Allen, let's see if I can do your driver any justice. I actually love the feel of this Proline plastic. Oh, damn it. Boo. I didn't do that right. But even this DGA Vortex ended up next to the tree that I hit with all the other discs. All right, it's kind of sad. All these actually made it past this point, but I'm pulling it back here. I'm probably about 180 out. And again, I'm just going to try to throw with these discs towards the basket to practice my shorter range throws with these. I think it's okay to try to use these as mid-ranges to an extent to kind of get your skills in. So okay, I'm happy with that. Again, normally I'd use mids for this, and now I'm going to try to see if I can correct. I needed a little bit more strength on that one. There we go. And the right angle up, but too high. I think if I had it a slight bit lower. All right, make an adjustment. These are basically getting a slight bit more stable, so I need to adjust the angle accordingly. And I think I need to just throw these a little harder. Ah, that one's too low, and I didn't give it enough. Let's try this again. Oh man, I overcompensated and goosed it. It's still on circle's edge, but that wasn't what I was planning. So, think. There we go. That's close to what I wanted. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted. Hit just behind the basket, but you know, it's a driver, so it skipped long. It's probably edge of circle there. All right, let me see if I can, again, I wouldn't really advise this for the average person to try to throw 180 with as a finesse disc, but I'm trying to learn. Oh, I pulled it too much. That's the least stable of what I've got, and I pulled it. All right, here's that Leopard 3. And basically there's a couple discs over there, 1 or 2 discs over there, and then the Vortex over there. And basically I wouldn't advise using drivers for upshots, but again, I'm in practice mode. All right, this is what I've been waiting for. The last little bit of daylight left. This is the hole I wanted to be at to finish this video up. The sun is over there. It should provide decent lighting without too much harsh sun because it's just gone down. I waited for this moment. And I'm just going to throw some discs and just going to practice a little bit more, and I hope you enjoy. I'll never be able to duplicate that one again. Okay, that tree cheated. I sort of duplicated it. Those are all probably within about 10 feet from each other. As is that. Too low. The same line, and actually it's probably about 30 shy of that last one, but I repeated the same performance and had it low. I'm happy with those. All right, and in case you're interested, the Centurion was the closest. It was about 60 out, which is a putt to the base of it I could have done, or maybe tried a little throw in. But anyways, That's just too much flare. I'm not sure that's even how I'm supposed to throw. And I'm still worried that I'm doing that. Yeah, that's too much flare. That's in the middle of the next fairway. That's not good. Okay. I was exaggerating that, trying to see what that would do at its extreme, and that's what it does. So I can't rely on that. Ooh, I'm going to be hunting for that one. 10 feet away from that bush, one in the fairway, one in my fairway. These are all about, well, that one was an 80% throw. I think I gave the others different levels, maybe more or less. Again, playing around with the flare to dig. Oh no, that's in the middle. Two in the middle, one over there, one over there. And don't want to lose this one. I threw it up and over, so. All right, that'll be easy to find. All right, I'm not going to press my luck. I think this will be my last set of throws. Yeah, that was too much hyzer. I could tell just as I was pulling, but I couldn't stop myself until it left. You know, when you're throwing within milliseconds, it's really hard to change a course of action. So there we go. Nope, I knew it. I felt it start to get in the right position, and then somewhere along the way I moved it and did that. That's not good. There we go, that's what I wanted. That's basically the same line I was doing with the relay, so I can't really complain. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. I have to try to do this a slight bit more like this way. There we go, that's basically what I'd like to do every time. That's about 60 shy of the basket. That's a repeatable performance. All right, last but not least. There we go. That was deliberate. I did go high and it actually flipped up and came out. So, all right, that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.